All right. So, good morning, everyone. This is your first appearance hearing for the Clayton Court, Magistrate Court of Clayton County. My name is Brad Gardner. I'm a judge in this court. I'm here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you, to advise you of certain rights, to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing. But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you. So please don't discuss the facts of your case. During this and all other proceedings, you have following rights: to the presumption of innocence, to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors, to a speedy and public trial by jury, to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you, to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf, to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense, and to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail. These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property. Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places. You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you are in jail. If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you could remain in jail until your trial. You could also receive additional felony charges. It is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post your bond. Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bail. In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County, and you will be informed of that date. If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time. Where the bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you. The standard at this stage is very low. A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred. Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing. However, you should speak to a lawyer first if you are unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing. If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived. You receive notice at the address you give of your next court date. Finally, can everyone raise their right hand for me, please? Do you swear affirm any statements you give during this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Okay, let's begin with the ladies.
Hey. Come here.
Okay, so are you Miss Cade? Are you Miss Cade?
Yes, I am.
Okay, ma'am, you've been charged with 2 driving related offenses, driving a vehicle with an expired or invalid tag. Bond's going to be set at $500, and driving a vehicle with a suspended license. Bond's going to be set at $1,500. So that's a total bond of $2,000. Do you believe you can post a bond, ma'am?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. Are you currently working, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
About how much do you make per hour?
I get paid $14 an hour.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, ma'am. You're free to go back. So are you Miss, is it Haneri?
Coronado, Your Honor. Say your name. Coronado Jamie?
Coronado. Okay. I'm sorry. My paperwork has been put out of sorts. All right. So, ma'am, you're Leslie Coronado, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You've been charged with 1 count of battery, 1 count of criminal trespass, 1 count of DUI, alcohol less safe, and 1 count of child endangerment by DUI. There's going to be a $5,000 bond set for the battery, a $3,000 bond set for the criminal trespass, a $5,000 bond set for the alcohol less safe, and a $2,000 bond for the child endangerment less safe. So that's going to be a total bond of $15,000. Do you believe you can post a bond, ma'am?
No, all of it.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond out. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. As it relates to your bonding out, I would encourage you to contact the bonding companies. That's their whole business model, is to help people get out of jail. So they may place you on payment plans. They may do things to help you to get out. Okay. Do not resign yourself to being in jail and you can't do anything about it. Okay, ma'am? All right. You're free to go back. You're Miss English? Okay, ma'am, you've been charged with 1 count of family violence battery. Bond's going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No. Yeah.
There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Matthew Williams. Do you understand that? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, but that date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay, ma'am, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Harris.
Miss Harris, you've been charged with 1 count of driving under the influence of alcohol to the extent that you were a less safe driver. Bond's going to be set at $5,000 for that offense, and 1 count of improper lane change. Bond's going to be set at $500. Do you believe you can post this bond? $5,500.
Yes.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes. So when I contact the bonding company, I know you mentioned to the other young lady, some of them work with you as far as payment arrangements. Say, for instance, you could pay a certain amount today just to get out, but you still will be responsible for making those payment arrangements, correct?
Yes, my understanding is that they basically, the bonding companies, if you're on a payment plan, you sign an acknowledgement of the debt that is owed, and there's an agreement that you're going to pay it off on a monthly basis at a set fee.
Okay.
That's my understanding.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Okay. All right, ma'am. You're free to go back.
Thank you.
And all right.
Ma'am, you've been charged with 1 count of simple battery. Bond's going to be set at $4,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for January 4th, 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Jason Bimnamy. Do you understand that? Did you say no or yes or?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sorry. In my old age, I have to bring my glasses up to be able to read things up close. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, you're free to go back, ma'am. Ma'am, you've been charged of one count of battery. Bond's going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond? Okay. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, stay away from an Otis Thompson. Do you understand that?
Yes, we live together though.
Stay away.
Well, so, ma'am, the simplest way that I can describe this situation to you is that Clayton County is county about 300,000 people. Now, we don't have enough resources for officers to be at every person's house to narrate or officiate over arguments or disputes. Whatever happened yesterday is something that led you to come before me today. So we place stay away provisions that are bright lines that people stay away from each other, because whatever happened yesterday led to police officer having to be called to your house to officiate a dispute between adults. So, unless and until you and Mr. Thompson can conduct yourselves as adults where the police are not being called, we're going to place this bright line in place. So do you understand that, ma'am?
Yeah.
So all that needs to happen is that you and Mr. Thompson need to, whatever dispute that you have between the two of you, don't need the police to be called. Y'all can handle it as adults. Okay? So your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th, 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're a little bit over the line, but I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes, I do. How can I bond out if the officer didn't even get my purse out of the car that's still on the property? They didn't let me get any of my belongings. No.
Okay, so as I heard it, the question was, how can I bond out if the officer didn't put your purse into property?
Yeah.
Through a bonding company.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry if my responses are not helpful, but to a certain extent, it's like I can only do or give advice for things that are helpful. Okay. All right. Okay, ma'am. You're free to go back.
Everything else.
Give me 1 second, ma'am.
Okay.
What you messed up?
Okay, ma'am. You're Miss, is it Mariendo?
Marriage, you know.
Okay. Ma'am, you've been charged with one count of knowingly driving a vehicle with a suspended or canceled registration. Bond's going to be set at $1,500. One count of driving a vehicle with no insurance. Bond's going to be set at $1,000. One count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Bond's going to be set at $3,000. One count of failing to obey an officer. Bond's going to be set at $500. And one count of use or possession of drug-related objects. Bond's going to be set at $1,500. So you're going to have a total bond of, let's see, $7,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am?
Okay.
I said, do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay. You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for January. Should be 5th, but let me make sure. We're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for January 5th. That date will get waived upon your bonding out. You'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
I do. One, if my parents are in California, they can still bail me out if they're not from Georgia.
So the short answer is yes, but I'm not a representative of the bonding company, so I don't know. Right.
That's it then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You're free to go back, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ms. Phillips, ma'am, you've been charged with one count of improper lane change. Bond's going to be set at $500, and one count of driving under the influence of alcohol to the extent that you were a less safe driver. Bond's going to be set at $5,000. So your total bond is going to be $5,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out. You'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am. You're free to go back.
Smith.
Ms. Smith, you've been charged with one count of criminal trespass. Bond's going to be set at $3,000. Do you believe you can post a bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond. Stay away from Larcharka James. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay. You're free to go back, ma'am. Miss Wines? Ma'am, you've been charged with one count of battery. Bond's going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No.
Okay. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond, stay away from Lisa Johnson. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay. You're free to go back, ma'am.
One up, sir. That was the last female, Your Honor.
Thank you. Hope you have a good day. So we're gonna switch over to the male side.
What's his name?
Anthony Bailey Jr.
Are you Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Bailey, sir, you've been charged with one count of battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. One count of cruelty to children in third degree. Bond's going to be set at $3,000. And one count of reckless conduct. Bond's going to be set at $1,500. So do you believe you can make this bond of $9,500?
Yes, I can make one.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, stay away from a Denise Franklin. Do you understand that?
That's my wife.
That's your lawyer?
My wife.
Your wife. Okay. So, these are the tough situations, Mr. Bailey. But again, as a community, as I said before, we don't have enough resources where we can have police officers out to all the 300,000 people that are in this community. So whatever happened between you and your wife that led to your being here today, you're getting a bond, you're going to get out. We don't want that circumstance.
That's not gonna. It's already been said and taken care of. My mom is paying for the bond as soon as I can get in touch with her, and she was getting me a hotel. Denise already put down on there that she was the one who was in the wrong, even though I got charged with it. I called her cheating, and it's in the paperwork. So whenever we get to court, it'll be taken care of how you want to take care of it.
Oh, okay. So the stay away provision will be in place, Mr. Bailey, and Ms. Franklin. She can contact the solicitor's office, and she can advocate for a modification.
On that note, how's that going to be able to be possible if I'm not talking to her?
Well, you cannot speak to her.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying is that she, at this point, all I know is that you were before me, Mr. Bailey. I have not done a deep dive into the allegations. Okay. All I know is that police recall. Police determined that you should be arrested. They arrested you. My job is to determine bond and set conditions. Okay.
Yes.
That's a short-term fix to what is a long-term issue. And the deputies have heard this before. But I tell people I've been married 19 years and police have never been to my house. My wife and I have been in disagreements. We've been mad at each other. It's never risen to the level of where police are called to my house. Okay. So I would encourage you moving forward to have that as your model. You and your wife can disagree, but shouldn't be police being called. Okay. And I'll say this without making any judgment, but there should never be an allegation of a man putting his hands on his wife. Never should be that allegation. Okay. So you are in a position now where you are the offender and your wife is the victim. She gets to decide how she wants things to go moving forward, not you.
Okay.
And whatever decision she decides, that's her decision. I'm not going to be the person that's passing judgment on it. I'm not going to be the person passing judgment on your case. I'm here now to set bond for you so that you can get out of jail. You can get a lawyer. You can go about your life. Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, and how much my bond was again?
Total is going to be $9,500.
And the 13% is what again?
That's going to be about $900 or $1,000.
Okay.
You're on the upper scale. I'm going to find that you qualify for the appointment of lawyer. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. So you need to speak to your lawyer about your case moving forward.
I'm really just trying to get in touch with my mom and go ahead and bail out. I really want to just get out and go back to work. I'm already messed up with no family, so I just want to bond out. Talk to the lawyer if they come before I can bond out.
Yeah, but I'll say to you, sir, is you do have family. Now, whatever's going on between you and your wife, I don't have any insight into that. But disagreements happen within relationships. It should never rise to the level of where police are being called.
Well, if I would never caught her butt naked with another dude in my house.
Sir, that doesn't matter. The judge is speaking. You let the judge speak, okay?
Training with him. He was talking to me and I can't speak.
Okay. Details on your case.
There's let me say this to you. Based upon what you said. All right. You catch your wife and another dude buck naked in your house. How does being in jail now benefit you?
It didn't, man. It didn't. It didn't. And honestly, that's why my mom waiting on my phone call to bail me out so I could just try to get myself together because I'm hurt. I'm hurt and I messed up and I understand I messed up. But all I can do is just do what I got to do to get off of this.
Mr. Bay, let me tell you this, and I'm gonna let you go with this. Your rights end at the tip of your nose. Okay, you can't force another person to treat you right. All you can do is take the information in and make a new decision. there's nothing, you're not the only person that has been in that scenario. Sir, it's in your interest to take that information in and keep it moving. Keep it moving. You cannot force someone to be on your program. And when you end up getting yourself in jail and under these circumstances, that doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit you at all. So, Mr. Bailey, stand in the position that you are in as a man. And when stuff happens, it happens to us all. Don't stand out of your square. Stand in your position. Be the man that you're supposed to be. And keep it moving. It's not a downside to be in that position. We have all been in that position. I just want to encourage you, sir, to be, in my opinion, when I say it, be a man and understand, hey, it happened. I'm going to move on. I'm going to make the steps that I need to make. Okay, sir?
Yes.
All right. You're free to go back. Is Mr. Carter?
Sir.
Okay, sir, you've been charged with one count of obstructing an officer. Bond's going to be set at $2,000. One count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. And one count of use or possession of drug-related objects. Bond's going to be set at $1,500. So you're going to have a total bond of $8,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
I just need to make a phone call. If not, I'll be in front of you in 2 weeks. All right, sir.
You will have a preliminary hearing date that is currently set for January 5th at 8:30 in the morning. I believe that there are some talks and things that are taking place where they're trying to bring more people up for preliminary hearings in a quicker fashion. I can't promise you that you're going to get a hearing date sooner.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
So
do
that's
you want?
850, really?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Some of this was out of order. So, looks like you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
You have a good day also. You're free to go back. Mr. Cyrus.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cyrus, sir, you're charged with one count of striking a parked vehicle. Bond is set by schedule, which means automatically set at $1,500. You're also charged with one count of obstructing an officer, and I've set the bond at $1,000. So you have a total bond set at $2,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
I have a house.
I'm sorry.
I pay a mortgage.
Okay, so I was listening for a yes or no answer. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I believe so.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, thanks.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
No.
You are Mr. Is it Gillies?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, you've been charged with one count of criminal trespass. I've set the bond at $1,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No.
You said no?
No.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
I have a question. The bond is of 1,000. I'll have to have the whole 1,000 at one time.
No, sir. You can go through a bonding company and the bond will be approximately between 10 and 12% of the bond. So that's $100.
Yes, I can have that.
Okay. Okay. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any other questions for me? Okay. All right, sir. You're free to go back. Mr. Hicks. Sir, you're charged with one count of family violence battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. One count of criminal damage to property in the second degree as a misdemeanor. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. And one count of theft by taking. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. So you're going to have a total bond of $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond. Stay away from Tanisha James. Do you understand that? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're on the upper threshold, but I'm going to find that you qualify. So I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Hicks?
No, sir.
Okay. You're free to go back, sir. Mr. Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you've been charged with a number of driving related offenses. Fleeing from a police officer, bond's going to be set at $2,000. Driving a vehicle on a restricted license, bond is going to be set at $500. Failing to yield the right of way to a vehicle on right-hand turn, bond's going to be set at $500. Improper turn signal, bond's going to be set at $500. Driving on the wrong side of the road, bond's going to be set at $500. So you're going to have a total bond of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
You said no?
Yes, sir. Yes, I said no.
I'm sorry. There was I guess, improper questioning. So you're going to hire your own lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay. You're free to go back. You are Mr. Is it M. Waya?
Yep.
Okay. Sir, you've been charged with one count of knowingly driving a vehicle on a suspended or canceled registration. Bond's going to be set at $1,500 for that. One count of following too close. Bond's going to be set at $500. One count of driving too fast for conditions. Bond's going to be set at $500. And one count of driving under the influence of alcohol to the extent that you're a less safe driver. Bond's going to be set at $5,000. So you're going to have a total bond set at $7,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
7,000 whole.
You can go through a bonding company where it'll be roughly 10%. So it'll be about $750.
Am I able to? Because I don't have any family here, so I don't know. Am I able to do that possibly from inside here? I have it on my debit card. I know that.
It gets into sort of some dicey arena where my current understanding is that you can release items that are in your possession at the jail to other individuals. So you have a person that can come and you can sign a release for that person to take custody of your debit card. And based upon whatever arrangements that you have with that person can use the debit card to help get the money. There's also the bonding companies, because their business model is to help people get out of jail. If you sign agreements with them that, hey, I don't have the money now, but in a day or two, I'll have the money. And you sign the agreement saying that you're going to pay them money that is owed. So there are a number of ways that you can get yourself out of custody.
As of right now, it's going to take a lot of work from inside here. Like I said, I don't really have much family or people, especially here in Georgia. So right now, I couldn't see anywhere in the near future.
Well, what I would encourage you, sir, is to contact the bonding companies. And after this hearing, you're going to be able to use the phones and that kind of thing. And it's, from my position, and what I observe is that you can get the outcome that you want, but you just got to work for it. And maybe that should be the case. Maybe it shouldn't be the case. That kind of stuff can be debated, but you don't need to sit in jail when there are avenues available for you to be able to get yourself out. So, I mean, that's the position that I come at it with. Did I tell you about your preliminary hearing dates?
No, you haven't got it. No.
Okay. So it's going to be January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. And that's basically when you bond out, your case gets transferred to state court. And because I don't know what judge will get your case, I can't give you dates. So you'll get those dates. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. So, based upon what I said, do you have sort of an idea of a plan to get yourself out of jail?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start. I have full-time employment right now, so I know that's working for me. I own a vehicle, so hopefully I can leverage that in some fashion to get out of here.
Yeah, you are ahead of the curve. And so, sir, I don't want to, I don't try to demoralize people or try to down them, but you are in a position where I'm quite certain if you do the steps that you need to, or take the steps that you need to take, that you'll be out. Okay.
I just have one question. So is that do you charge that a felony charge?
These are all misdemeanors.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. So it go before the Solicitor General of Clayton County. And, what I've observed is that they will work with you, the prosecutors. They will work with you within a particular case or fact pattern. So, this should be just a bump in the road of your life. You move forward, you get beyond this, and everything will be fine. Okay?
Yep.
All right, sir. You're free to go back.
Okay.
Area Norwood.
Mr. Noor, you charge at one count of violation Georgia Controlled Substance Act, which looks to be simple possession. Bond's going to be set at $5,000, but that is a felony. Oh. No, I'm sorry. So this is possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Bond's going to be set at $1,500 for that offense. One count of possession or carrying a weapon concealed, bond's going to be set at $5,000. 1 count of possession of a handgun by a person under 18, bond's going to be set at $5,000. So you're going to have a total bond of $11,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay. You're free to go back, Mr. Norwood.
Michael Pace.
Mr. Pace, sir, you're charged with 1 count of simple assault. Bond is going to be set at $3,000. Do you believe you post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, a stay away from a Kyle Steffen. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That they will get waived upon your bonding out, and you get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
You said no?
Yes, sir. I said no.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay. You're free to go back, Mr. Pace. You are Mr. Powell?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Powell, sir, you've been charged with 1 count of driving, speeding, the bond above the maximum limits. Bond's going to be set at $1,000. 1 count of driving a vehicle with an expired or invalid tag. Bond's going to be set at $500. 1 count violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Bond's going to be set at $1,500. And 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs. Bond's going to be set at $3,000. So you're going to have a total bond set at $6,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Is that bond plus my other bond? The bond that you just told me plus the 1,300.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying.
I was the intake, and they told me I had 2 bonds. I had a bond for 2 charges, but I had to come to court to get the other bond for these charges. I was saying, is it together?
So, if I understand your question, the answer is yes. You have charges that generally they're set by schedule, which means they're automatically set. So you don't have to come before a judge. But there are charges like the dangerous drugs charge that you have to come before a judge for it to be set. So you have bond on all of the charges that I see. Okay.
6,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. You're free to go back, Mr. Powell.
Your Honor, Mr. Salgado was next, but he needs an interpreter.
Okay. Let's hold Mr. Salgado. Marie, if you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if we can get an interpreter for Mr. Salgado. You are Mr. Talley? Okay. Mr. Talley, sir, you're charged with 1 count of aggravated assault. And I'm going to set the bond at $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Pamela Hughley.
That's my wife.
Give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm getting old. I have to raise my glasses to see things close up. So, Mr. Talley,
Yes, sir.
I don't know what happened between you and your wife, but whatever happened led to your appearing before me today. Your wife can contact the district attorney's office and make a request that this stay away provision gets modified into no violent contact or gets changed to something else. I don't know your wife. I don't know you. So we set these bright lines so that we don't have to have law enforcement going back out to your house this evening, because you're going to get a bond and you're going to be able to bond out. So when you say words like, well, that's my wife, it's like, well, that was your wife before these allegations. So I try not to classify stuff in that way, but it's just to let you know that as a court system, we now have about 300,000 people in the county, and we don't have enough officers to just be sitting around to go to people's houses when there's a dispute. So I hope, sir, for your behalf, it's just going to be something that's going to get resolved. Okay. But right now, as a judge, being mindful of the resources that this county has, I'm going to place a stay away provision on your bond. And I'm going to allow the people in the district attorney's office and their investigators, and they can look into it. And your wife can say, oh, it was something that was out of control. But that's going to happen on the back end. Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 5th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir. You said my bond is how much?
$10,000.
Can't go on the bond no more.
I only have one charge of aggravated assault. So you can contact bonding companies and make arrangements to bond yourself out. All right, you're free to go back, Mr. Tyler. You are Mr. Tate.
Sir.
Mr. Tate, sir, you're charged with one count of carrying weapon or long gun at the airport. This bond is set by schedule at $3,000. This is a misdemeanor offense. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, sir.
You're going to hire your own lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm sorry. You don't want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
If necessary, yes. Yes, we can have a lawyer. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'll do, Mr. Tate, I'll appoint a lawyer to represent you, and you can make the determination later as to whether you want to proceed with a lawyer or not. My understanding is that the solicitor's office, they have their own plan. Like, this is not uncommon. They have a plan of what they do with those cases. And most often leads into a resolution that doesn't require you to have a criminal conviction on your record. So you're going to need somebody to help you shepherd you through that process.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that information.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Thompson.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you charge one count of battery bond. It's going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond, stay away from Jessica Love. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. I have one question.
Okay, give me a second. Let me get through what I have to say, and then I'll entertain whatever questions you have. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Now, I cut you off. Would you please ask me the question that you wanted?
I already had filed an eviction notice against her. And
Okay.
she's actually in my home. And what I did, I said, I'm up here before they close. She would have processed that of getting her out. This is what this all stemmed from, eviction notice. So when you just said, I need to stay away from her, she's actually in my home.
You know, I mean, sir, this is where things get sort of sticky, and they become unmanageable from like a public policy standpoint. Like, you as an adult in America, you're free to make whatever decisions you want to make. And if one of those decisions was to allow a person to come move into your house, and then you and that person have friction, it creates a gray area. Like, the public, we can't stop you from doing that. We can't say, nope, nope. Unless you're married, she can't live there. No. The other side is that when you make those decisions and you bet on a woman that you thought was solid and she's not, you kind of get in that trap.
Yes.
So from a public policy standpoint, all we can do is say, you're the offender, she's the victim. I, as a judge, only have control over the alleged offender, not her. So if her plan is to stay in that house, you're going to be kind of stuck.
My question, I don't mean to cut you off, but she was only there for 3 days. And the officer said back when I found this in October, she has the legal right after 3 days. And that was only my argument.
So, I'll say this. And I'm speaking in generalities, not as it relates to your situation. But in generalities, a person who is invited into a home with the expectation that the person will be there, that person generally has rights as a resident. I don't know your situation as it relates to this young lady, but my stay away provision is going to stay there as it relates to you staying away from her. If she has moved on, gone to wherever, you said she's been there 3 days, she's gone to whatever other location, that's fine. If she comes back, that then creates problems for you. But the reason we try to set these bright lines is so that we're not getting involved in everybody's personal life. So in the future, I would encourage you not to have a person that is not your wife living with you, unless there's a lease or something in place that you can clearly define the relationship. Okay. Is there anything else, sir?
No, sir.
All right, you're free to go back. Mr. Williams, Yakel Williams. Sir, you charge a 1 count of simple battery. Bond is going to be set at $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No,
you said no? Okay. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond, stay away from a Timothy Williams. Do you understand that?
You understand what you just said?
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your posting bond, and a new court date will get sent in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay. You're free to go back. And you are Mr. Matthew Williams?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you're charged with one count of criminal trespass. Bond's going to be set at $3,000. One count of simple battery. Bond's going to be set at $3,000. So that's going to be a total bond of $6,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th, 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me? Okay. All right. You're free to go back, sir. Mr. Young. Okay. Mr. Young, you are charged with one count of criminal trespass. Bond's going to be set at $3,000. One count of furnishing alcohol to a minor. Bond is set by schedule, which means it's automatically set at $1,000. Excuse me. And one count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Bond's automatically set at $1,500. So you're going to have a total bond of $5,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir. Post that bond, but can I ask you, what is furnished minor alcohol to a minor? And I mean, me consuming alcohol at 20 years old? What furnished minor alcohol to a minor?
Sir, your question, sir, and the commission.
Oh, okay. Pardon me, my bad.
That's how it's being charged here.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, stay away from an any more. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for January 4th, 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to find that you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
What's the second charge? You said consuming to giving. What was it again?
Criminal trespass, furnishing alcohol to a minor, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce.
Okay, can you explain to furnishing alcohol to a minor? What is that? That means me drinking underage? Oh, you can't ask a question like that. I don't know what furnishing.
Well, that was the question that I responded to.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to understand what is furnishing to a minor. But I'm the minor. I'm 20 years old.
That is the allegation.
Thank you so much, sir. You have a good rest of the day. I don't have no more questions. Thank you.
Okay. All right. You're free to go back.
All right. Thank you.
Let's bring Mr. Salgado.
Yeah.
Back up. So, Mr. Salgado,
Yes, sir.
we're in a situation where, because this is the holiday, that I may have to continue you over until the weekend. So my question is, you have bonds that are set, like you can bond yourself out today.
That's a bond.
Today? No.
He's telling you.
Okay.
He's telling you you have a bond.
No, honestly, nothing.
He said he's not doing anything, Your Honor.
Yeah. I may have to, Miss Wesley was looking into the interpreters, and they're not working.
Yes, I tried to write it down for him too, Your Honor, but he still couldn't understand it.
Okay. He has a bond.
You have a bond.
It's set at $1,000 for the pedestrian under the influence and $500 for failure to yield right away. So he can bond himself out of jail. He has a total bond of $1,500.
1,500. La casa, telefono, la familia, 1,500.
1,500?
1,000 for walk pedestrian, 500 for failure to yield.
Everything, how much? 100?
15. 1,500, 15.
1,500.
1,500. Sí.
1,500.
Sí.
Pero escribir for nothing.
Not right now.
Not for nothing.
Not about your case. That's for your bond. 1,500 to get out of jail.
Yeah, so along the time for coming here, the close and the court. So.
He's asking about court for next month. Good.
If he bonds out, there's no court.
No court, more?
No. They send you address, La Casa. They send information to La Casa. If you go home, say that you go home.
You want to say something? My English has problem, limited. You want to say something? It's one accident, it's something for.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, don't discuss your case. He's trying to discuss his case, John.
Yeah.
Don't talk his case. No.
It's nothing for.
Lawyer.
Okay. Yeah.
You want a lawyer? See if you can get a lawyer?
Maybe lawyer, but outside. Here outside, not talking with nothing.
You can give me a
This
lawyer.
abogado, you want?
Yeah, ni abogado.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna appoint a lawyer for him.
Lawyer.
Yes, okay.
See.
Yeah, need a lawyer. Yeah.
1,500.
Yeah, I just hate because I don't use the language line anymore. And I just hate for people to just sit in jail. So he's in a position where he can go. And I'm appointing a lawyer. I'm putting on the paperwork that there needs to be a translator for you, Mr. Salgado.
Yeah, I need a lawyer for I need an interpreter. I need an interpreter.
A lawyer and an interpreter.
Okay, I need a lawyer. Lawyer there here?
See,
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I hate to see people just sit in jail.
Judge Gardner, do you want me to reach out to Judge Durbinay and see if she knows the code?
No, I'm going to just let this go forward for Mr. Salgado, that the information that he understands, that he can contact his family and bond out.
Okay.
Telephone la familia. Telephone la familia. Do that. Yeah. Understand?
Yeah, I understand, bro.
Don't talk about your case. Not now.
Yeah, but they get this plus and that.
You gotta come back to court.
We said, I'm pending. Wow.
Un momento. Pay that. You come back to court. They send you something to your cousin from the court. You pay that to go home.
Okay, maybe call my family.
See, call your family. Pay that $1,500, $1,500. Understand?
I
A day.
Regardless, I think, I don't know.
Lawyer. He's getting a lawyer.
Okay,
Lawyer and translator.
okay, what day?
They're gonna send you something to the house.
Yeah, it'll come through the mail.
What's the day?
Not today. Make bond, call your family. Call your family.
Okay, all right, maybe for my family.
Your father.
Yeah, my family.
Okay. He understands, Your Honor, that he needs to call his family to pay this money. His only thing, he's talking about, he's trying to discuss his case. And I keep telling him, don't discuss your case now that you provided him a lawyer.
Yes. Yes, he needs to wait until he can the lawyer gets in contact with him and have that conversation about your case.
Don't talk about your case, but call your family, get out of jail, the lawyer will get a hold of you. The judge gave you a lawyer.
Don't get free.
You see,
Okay.
see,
Yeah.
yeah, see.
Okay.
He was asking, was the lawyer free? See.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
See.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
He said, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, I think that ends today's court hearing. Thank you for your assistance.
You're welcome, Judge.
And we'll see you on the flip side.
Yes.